And welcome once again to AV Racing TV. It's that time again. It's Thursday. It's race day. This is AV F1 Championship. And we're off to China today. Another one of my favourite tracks. We're not going to see it this year in the real F1. They're not racing China, and I don't think it's going to be in the next game, which makes me sad. That's a sad gnome. That means time to drink. So what do we do with our sorrows? We drink them away and we watch more F1. So going into China right now, and we've got FCST standing at the top of the Drivers' Championship right now with 121 points. I am super excited about this. FCST has been on such a charge in this season so far. 7 races in, and he's had 6 podiums, more podiums than anyone else in the season so far. No DNFs. He is also one of only, that looks like 3 drivers, four drivers to not DNF this season so far. The others being Domestos, Kuhn, and James. I have not DNF'd out of any of the races they've taken part of. I think pretty much everyone else has got a mark next to them. So go on for that. Just over 30 seconds to go. What are we going to today? 14 drivers in here today, right now. Best steps, as I'm informed, is Tygo. So we will be referring to that as Tygo, hopefully. We've got a couple of familiar names in here that I see. J7 here from WW, the league that I do commentary for, racing in the Williams, and we have Smithy here in the Renault as well. We've got both AlphaTauris back here as well, both absent last week, earlier in the week in Canada. They're back in today. Both Mercedes are in here, both Red Bulls are in here. FCST's in here. Teammate again absent from the Haas. FCST putting the Haas line. Haas in second place in the constructors right now. There it is, time's up. That was about 14 drivers. I think we're loading in to China right now. This is the Shanghai International Circuit in Shanghai. 50% race for us as always, which means 28 laps around a 3.3 mile or 5.4 kilometer if you prefer the metric. 16 corners around here and 2 DRS zones. As I said, this is a great track. I really like this track. There's a good mix of nice straight sections in there. There's some fast corners, there's some much slower corners. It's nice and wide, good for the overtaking. And we've still got grass and gravel around the outside. Everything about this track makes me happy. So as we wait to finish loading in to qualifying right now, can we have a look at? So this is taking a bit long to load in. Anyway, last season then around China, Nak did set the fastest time around here, but had to suffer a 5-place grid penalty, which meant lollopuppa started on pole here. Last time we visited China, he's in racing again today. That could be interesting. To see, it could be a good track for Lola around here in the Ferrari. Definitely in need of some points in the constructors right now, sitting down in 8th with only 27 points. So we'll see if Lola can get another good run around this track, and this is taking a long time. It's Lang. Lang's connection has suffered as we've gone to load in. I can see everyone else with a little check mark next to their name, and we've got a little spinny wheel there for Lang. Make a choice, SR. There's only so long I can keep chatting crap for until this gets difficult for me. Got other things saved up, but that's, for during quali, for when your safety car comes out. I don't want to use up all my chit-chat right now because your connection's failed. And it means I run out of beer as well. Hopefully he'll be able to jump back into the lobby in a second and continue and take back control of his car. His car has loaded in there, so he should be able to hopefully rejoin us in a second and take back control and do his quali. That's always the fear, I guess, when lags out on the loading screen. If you then turn off the PlayStation when it does that, is your car going to be in the race or not? But it is there. We'll get our info up right now. It looks dry right now for quali. If someone could let me know what we've got for the race, that will be super helpful too. Info's up. 14 drives not looking so bad. Both McLarens are in here then. Both the Red Bulls are in here. Woods not racing, only one Alfa Romeo. Test not racing either, only one Ferrari in there. Right, who is out on track? Let's stop staring at the pit lane. There's Tiger, he's out. Racing Points out. There's a Red Bull out. There's a Williams out. Both AlphaTauris are out. There's a Renault on an outlap right now. Who can we trust to give us a nice... Oh, that's going to be the computer control car of Lang there, I think. Hopefully he manages to rejoin in a second. Anyway, who can we trust to give us a good lap around here? Goon was absent the previous week around Canada. He's going to be looking to make up those points today around here. I think we might stick with Kuhn for our lap around China. See what he's capable of. Had a week off. Back here today, coming up now to the penultimate corners, 14, 15. Okay, giving himself space there, making sure those tyres are warm as we follow along on board. And to come through to his fast up here across the line. Got a very long run up now in to the first couple of corners here. Turn 1 and 2. Going to turn into this flat out. Then slowly start easing off onto the brake. Trail breaking through. Slowing right down now for 2. Get that car back around the other way here for 3. Now we need to be careful how we get on the power too much here on 4. You don't want to spin. 5 now coming up is this little bend in the road just here. And we come into 6, which is the hairpin here. Once again, made a little bit tender getting back onto the power here, coming out very nicely there, not running that outside curb either. 7, 8 here, absolutely flat out, turn into 7 here, pray the aero set up correctly and you've got traction on your tyres. Into 8 as well, turn into flat out and then let off and brake into 9 and 10. Good line coming out of here of 10, don't want to run too wide on the exit, set you up on the straight along this little section here and then slow right down again for 11. And we come in to 12. Once again, need to be a little bit careful getting onto the power, but we want to be on the power as soon as possible for this. Coming through 13 to launch us, give us as much power as we can along the straight here before we get into the DRS zone. That corner is so important. That's going to dictate your top speed along here. And then we're going to come down into the final hairpin here of 14 and 15. That's 14, 15. Carrying on a little bit more afterwards. Hairpin carries on a little bit more. Then you think 16 now. We'll attack that inside apex to make sure we don't run wide on the exit. And then we come across the line there. That's a 130.846 for Coon. That's enough for second place right now. That was a nice lap of China. Thank you for that, Coon. J7 in the Williams right now for 129.755 currently. Okay, very strong there. Currently a second above anyone else on time. Only 3 drivers have times down though. That's the AI of Lang just there. Please, come on, let's try and rejoin. I don't know if its PlayStation has maybe completely died or something. Tiger, I think, trying to take him out. Right, what is going on? Let's get back onto our tyres. A few drivers here trying out the mediums. Gargamelin trying out the mediums there. Well, unsuccessfully, looks for the 151. Tiger on the mediums as well, with very damaged wing there, I think, from Lang's AI. FCSE testing out the mediums here as well to start with, seeing what sort of pace these drivers can get out of it. China can be pretty harsh on the tyres around here. Where's FCST? FCST started in 8th here last season. He's been on a great run recently this season, but maybe he doesn't like his track too much. Seems a bit lower than what we've maybe seen him start on the other tracks. We'll see how he does, see if he can continue that podium challenge and holding on to the front of the constructors today. Domestos qualified in P3 here, started in P2 last season due to Nack's penalty. That's a thingy lap for him there. Yeah, what's the word? Invalid lap. No James today. Apparently we have no James today, no. Rather unfortunate. It's always nice to see James in the Renault pushing up towards the front there, trying to give Reaper and Knack a bit of a challenge sometimes. Only one Renault in today, which is in with a replacement of Smithy. Right, let's get back and see what some people are doing on their laps. Domestos, we've got here, this is Jasper right now, still pushing on those softs, almost getting over to the side a little bit too early there before coming into the hairpin. Strong coming out of the hairpin though, back on that power, nice and early, trying to get as wide as possible for 16 there, trying to carry a lot of speed through. Very easy to invalidate the laps there on 16 at the end there, trying to either aim for that apex too much and going taking it too tight on the inside, or not hitting the apex enough and running wide on the exit. It's probably the main point where you're going to be picking up penalties around this track. I'll look down here. How's FCT to invalidate the lap on his mediums there right now? The drive's been out. The drive's back in the pit right now. Domestic's back in the pit. Reaper we haven't seen out on track yet. Smithy's back in the pit. He was out earlier. So FCST is going to come in, take those mediums off, and put some softs back on now. He is lollopuppa right now on an out lap. We'll make sure to follow along that in a second to see how he can do. Knack right now is up into second for 130.6. He's just coming back into the pits. Jay looking relatively safe up there right now. Still 9/10 above anyone else currently. Jasper, is he looking like he's running a quicker time or not? Getting very wide there, running a lot of curb on the X. There's a big old lift there. I wasn't happy with that. Getting those tyres off. How's Gargamelin doing right now on the mediums? Coming up into 5th on the mediums with a 131.5. It's not too bad, but I think he's out of fuel right now. I'll just note running very slow, letting someone past. So look, has anyone let me know about the weather? Yeah. We got a weather message anywhere? I don't think I do have a weather message anywhere. Someone could please still let me know about the weather. That would be, is that in season 4? Just checking things in the chat line. He's trying to get back in, apparently. Still haven't got a weather update. Someone give me a weather update. I should imagine it's going to be dry looking at these times, to be honest. Setting these 130s, 129, so I'm going to go with this dry for the race, because I don't think they're going to be doing that with wet setups. We're just going for how's Lola doing right now? Did a very good time around here, as we said in season 3 previously, coming in turns 15 right now. What are we looking like there? 26, bit slow through the last corner there, about a 130.8 there. I think it's time for him to pull back on that. Last couple of corners didn't look maybe as clean as they possibly could have been. Still very good, pretty fast, about 16. Looked like it's a little bit unsure the line he was taking through it, so I think could definitely improve on that time. This is a good track for Laura, although when we look at to race pace, he would have started on pole and he went down, he finished in 6th, so hoping he can finish better than that today around here and have a better run. What else have we got going on there? Gargamelin still in 6th place with those mediums right now. FCST's on a fast lap right now, coming through turns 3. Looking very strong out of 4 just then as well. Make our way up through 5 into the hairpin. Back end of that Haas looking very planted as he accelerated out of the hairpin. Let's see how we fare through 9 and 10. Again, important to get a good exit on here. That back rear of this car really needs to be stable around this track with getting back onto the power out of these slightly lower mid to speed corners. Haas looking very, very planted and stable around here. I think this is looking to be a good time for FCST right now. Once again, nice and stable, getting back on the power through the hairpin. Finds his mark coming through 16. The tyres carefully behind either side of the curving on the exit. That's enough there for 3rd place. That's a 129.947 there for FCST. While we've been following on board with FCST, Reapers also just put it on pole with a 129.337. 4 tenths quicker than Jay, roughly there then, and we can see Jay is back on an out lap. I think he was pretty safe with that, or was waiting to see if anyone could maybe get up with that time, saving his tyres for the end here. So his out lap has he got? He's probably got time. You can go do another lap. He's not going to get back around to change his tyres though. He's going to have to decide if that other lap's going to be good enough for him, or whether then to abandon it, jump into the pits at the end of it, and then put some fresh rubber on for the last couple of minutes or not. Otherwise he will be stuck on these tyres possibly for the rest of qualifying, because to do a fast lap right now, then an in lap, change of tyres, out lap, fast lap. I don't think there will be time for that. Is he gone a little bit too wide? Does he invalidate his next lap, or is he clean? He is clean on that. Let's see what Jay can do right now to fight back to Reaper. 3 drivers right now breaking that 130 mark around here. Fastest qualifying time ever set around this track is a 131.095 set by Sebastian Vettel in 2018. We've most drivers on the grid there up to top 8 drivers on the grid there have all absolutely smashed that qualifying time, so well done to them. I got Gargamelin, looks like he's back out onto the softs right now as well. Right on board with the side pod of Jay coming through 9 and 10, almost getting maybe a little bit wide there whilst rotating the car into 10. That's what we like coming into 11, finds the apex there nicely. Very smooth here through 12 and 13 on the gas. I don't think he's going to beat the time. I haven't seen anything coming up for purple or for best sectors or even green for personals on that. So I'm not sure if he's going to beat that previous time right now. I think he's... Nope, I think he's unsure. He's not sure of it either. Like I said, back into the pits right now, fresh rubber, and then he'll just have time for another outlap and a fast lap if he wants to try and get on that pole. Knack there, just pipping him to that other part of the front row. By 7,000ths of a second quicker there is Knack than Jay on taking that second position. FCST knocked down to the second on the grid right now. Jay, this could be an interesting battle between these four up the front here, all running very similar times, although Reaper still a good 4-5 tenths quicker than the others. Domestos sitting in fifth there, looking rather strong. Xz, I've just noted, has retired right now. Man's best time is still on those medium tyres. I'm wondering if he's perhaps going to try. No, he's on the softs on the pit there. He is going to come back out with a set of softs at the end there. Around in 11th right now with a 1:32. Lang, is this AI Lang or have we got Lang back in the race now? I hope that's real Lang, not AI Lang. Let's have a look. Can you tell? I think this... Is this an AI car or a human? I think this might be an AI? I don't know. He's slowing down there. Would the AI slow down? I don't know what the AI would do. Tiger right now still absolutely punching these medium tyres right now. 5 laps old on them. And you're not going to want to start... let's see, what's his best time on it? Still on those mediums. You're not going to want to be starting on those mediums that have been already punished in by 5 laps. It's not going to give you the same sort of advantage. Maybe you're going to be losing grip on these every lap as well right now. I don't think he's really going to improve that time. Turning in way too quickly there on that corner. It's become top 6 drivers right now, all on out laps right now. Everyone's coming back out. Kuhn, is he about to come back out right now? I don't think he's got enough time to get back out right now. 6, 7. Lang's just started his first up, but as I said, I think that's an AI. I don't know. We'll see by the time at the end, probably. Gargamelin on an out lap. He's going to be coming across the line. Who here on an out lap's going to be coming across the line first? Then everyone's going back into the pits there. There's a Williams there. That's of Jay. This will be his last lap around here. He's being followed by Tygo in that racing point right now. FCST, Knack and Reaper still make their way to the line right now. We'll stick with Jay, see if he can move himself up any further through the standing right now. As the last drivers on track, have got about 40 seconds to make their way across the grid there. Reaper's going to make it, I think. Lang there, he's already on a lap. Yeah, Reaper there, Reaper on Knack, whichever Mercedes that is, will be the last one to cross the line before we get timed out on this. We're currently on board with Jay. Coming into 9 and 10. That's a much better line than we saw a minute ago through there. Much cleaner, avoiding that curb on the outside while trying to get the power down. That is fastest in Sector 2 right now. Well, flashed up briefly purple and then went away again. It always confuses me, this game, when it does that. Sometimes the purple stays, sometimes it doesn't, and I just... If it goes away quickly, I just kind of put it down to... That was a pretty good sector. Maybe fast, but not quite the fastest. We're on the straight on the DRS, and it looked like he had a very good run out of 12 and 13. Let's see what the time is right now. Losing the back of the control of the car there after coming through the hairpin, trying to get on the power too much. That's cost him then taking the apex too quickly as well. He's not happy with that. Now we have a broken car by the finish line. I hope that gets removed before someone else comes through. Like someone else tried to go into him then as well. I mean, this isn't Wreckfest, guys. That's a different game. We can play that afterwards if you wish. Right, who's coming across the grid next? Then we've got FCST. How is he looking right now? It's going to be should be a stop time. 29.83. Does just beat his previous time. Not enough, though, to move himself up through the standings. Knack right now. That's an invalidated lap from Knack. I think he validated that right at the very end. How's Lola doing around here right now? Lola doesn't move. Lola's still there. And Reaper then still going to be on the pole. So there is outstandings for today. We have front row the grid Reaper and Knack, second row J7 and FCST, third row Domestos and Lola, seventh Coon, eighth Jasper, ninth Gargamelin, 10th Smithy, 11th Rowan, 12th Xz, 13 Tygo and 14 Lang. That still looks like an AI time. That is AI Lang. I think his PlayStation has finally died. Apparently unable to get back into the lobby. I did see in the chat that he was trying to rejoin, but that was 20 minutes ago, so I'm guessing he has been unable to. There it is dry for the race. Like I said, we thought it was going to be, but at the times they were saying this is going to be, I'm excited. I like this track. And we've got 4 drivers up the front there setting sub 130 times in qualifying. I'm excited for their pace around this track and what battles could be ensuing. And we always have that possibility still of that silver war on here between the Mercedes of Knack and Reaper. I think I missed that little battle previously. I did see the meme that was put in the chat of the battle, and Gnome during that point, little guy covering his eyes. Very nice. I did enjoy that. I completely missed it. I think it might have been on the stream, but I never actually saw them crash into each other, so we'll be watching out for that today. Drivers selecting their fuel loads, their tyre strategies for the ensuing race around here. China reasonably punishing on the tyres around here. Those slow corners, you've got 4 where you're getting back down to the power quickly. 6, you're doing the same. You're powering out of 10. You're powering hard out of 13. Again out of 15. It's really punishing on those tyres around here, so you're pretty much expecting more of a 2-stop strategy around here, unless, I don't know if one of the guys was the front will make a call and try and 1-stop it on to a set of hards, but the hards work, but you need to make those hards work. You need to get them back up to temperature quickly around this track. And you're not going to have that same sort of grip and power when you're coming out of corners like 13, where it's really important. But we'll see. We shall see what they choose to do today. Let's imagine China, 28 laps. That's normally like a soft, medium, soft, or a soft, medium strategy, I should imagine. As always, we'll have our formation lap around here. McLaren eager to get going on his formation lap there, already overtaking people. There's a Mercedes. There's there's no formation here at all. I don't know what I've just witnessed right now. I don't know what that was. Deformation lap. Deformation, destruction lap. So guys, if you want to play Wreckfest later, we can. The update's been done, I saw the other day. PS4 and PS5 can play together now, so if you all want to play that, we can, but this is F1 for now. We race, a bit more order, a bit more discipline. So there's the game's predicted pit stop strategy there. Like I said, it is giving a soft to hard, or not soft, medium, soft strategy, so I personally feel that soft, medium, soft strategy is probably the better one. Like I said, not a fan of hard tyres around here. The only time you really see that hard, I think, coming in to play is maybe one of the front guys trying to one-stop it if they feel they've got the pace, if they can get away a little bit, like Reaper and Knack, if one of them can get away a little bit from the pack at the front there. When they come in for their first stop, they might go for the hard tyre and try and do a one-stop. That also depends on what sort of pit window they then have as well, because they don't want to be moving themselves back into the pack a little bit there and putting on the hard tyre and having to make their way back through and past other cars on softer compounds. So, as I said, I think that hard tyres really going to come into play as one of these guys at the front can make a bit of distance between them and kind of create a pit window behind them so they can pit on, put on the hards, might drop behind a couple of the cars, but then those cars will be coming back in and pitting soon as well, and then they'll have good free run on them. But if they need to start working their way back up through the pack at all and going to be coming into contact with traffic, then I think that soft, medium, soft strategy could be a lot better. Even a soft double stop onto the softs early, get some pace up, get some good lap times in, and then put on the mediums for the end part of the race. You're on a slightly harder compound, but the later part of the race, track's going to be rubbered in more, potentially getting a bit more grip out of those harder tyres. That's our formation, deformation, destruction, derby lap done, and we now wait for the lights for some nice, orderly controlled F1 racing. I like this view. AlphaTauri, moving about there at the back there. Gonna get some race lights or there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 lights are on. And 5 lights are all out. We are off, making that long run up into turn 1. 2 Mercedes look like they've got away well there at the front. J and FCST still looking strong there. We're making it through turn 1 relatively safe. I see an Alfa Romeo, I think, coming into a few problems there. McLaren running very, very wide. Let's get our info back up. Red Bull and Ferrari, they're battling there through the exit of 4. Position change. Gargamelin up 4 places as the AlphaTauri. We saw charging through the first couple of corners there. He's up 4 positions there. Domestos losing a couple, bumping his wing there on the back of the AlphaTauri as well. Elbows out. Not too bad though. Kuhn dropping down 3 positions though. He'll be unhappy with that. Smithy dropping down 4 positions to the back there. What happened to the Renault? Taking a lot of grass there right now. We got Renault missing some wing there. Everyone else has come through relatively, I think, clean and safely from what I can see on the first lap. That Rowan pushing his way and get in front of Kuhn there. We're down back on to the back straight for the end part of this first lap right now. A little upper position, made its way in front of Domestos. Gargamelin, we see that looking to the side of Domestos coming through that final hairpin. Jay upper position, he's managed to squeeze his way in front of Knack right now. Everyone running very wide on turn 16 right there. There's going to be warnings galore. Everyone pushing to stay in pace. Everyone wants to stay within time of each other right now for once DRS opens on lap 3. Oh, the space starting to develop between the drivers right now, though. What is going on? No, that's just my interval times going crazy. I'm pretty sure that is still Williams up in the second P2 there. I can't. What's going on with the interval times? Yes, Jay still is in P2. That's his Reaper's in third right now. He's quite clearly in the front. Lang's leading. Go AI, Lang. Nope, he's down in 14th again. Come on, Codemasters. There's one thing you can do for me in the next game. Just sort out the interval times for me, please, because it's goddamn crazy. Right, first four drivers, pretty much first three now. Reaper's starting to pull away right now from Jay. Second and fourth, Knack and FCST all still close enough there within DRS. They're not going to be letting each other go. Don't want to be missing out on that DRS though from Reaper straight away. Knack already pushing it right now on Jay, burning that ERS right now. Jay losing control of the back of the car there on the exit of 14 and 15. That's allowed Knack to come through and retake that second place. Knack almost trying to go up the outside of him on the grass on the other bit, trying to get the slipstream. Xz is the first person to pick up warnings for track infringements there right now. Oh, there's a car sound. What happened then? Silence. Anyway, FCST just going to stay with Jay there. Lola's catching up to them. Domestos is there as well. Ooh, Wincam. Haven't had that for a while. Domestos catching back up now as well. Jay starting to get away from FCST a little bit. FCST dropping back on pace a little bit there. I was wondering that from looking at the tables from last season's race. This maybe not such a strong race for FCST. Watching Lola go very wide there, picking up a lot of dirt. That's costing him a lot of positions right now. Down to 7th right now. Those tyres aren't going to be great either. There's a chance X is about 3 seconds behind though. He's going to need to push if he wants to make anything advantage happen from that. That's massively helped Domestos and Gargamelin back out though. They're both ready in the DRS tow there of FCST. My interval times have gone once again. But there is Domestos chasing down FCST. FCST keeps him to the outside for the hairpin. And he manages to late brake enough. Up there, Domestos almost looking to the tight inside there to get back in front of FCST, but we're going to get the power down there quick enough on that, and we've been risking a spin. Another DRS now, chance to pull back up next to FCST. As those drivers make their way into turn 1 right now. Guy went in here, watching behind the other Red Bull and the Haas there. On the medium tyre right now, he did go for that start on the medium. This could be very interesting actually. Let's have a check back on that, because we didn't look at the tyres. A lot of drivers there starting on that medium. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 drivers starting on the medium. Gargamelin did start in the top 10 on that medium tyre then. It could be interesting strategy taking that medium early on and having 2 faster tyres at the end of the race, so maybe he'll want to stop it on a medium to a hard around here. But I should imagine he's going to want that faster tyre at some point around this track. Back up towards the front now. Jay just about staying with Knack and Reaper right now. Well, Reaper's a bit away from Knack right now. Jay is staying with Knack. He is going to get a DRS along the straight here. Knack isn't going to get any to defend with though, but I think Jay's maybe a little bit too far back to really make anything work from that, although it is a very long straight section, and those few extra kilometers an hour can make a difference. No, he'll be back up tight behind him. We're going to look like through... Ooh. Turns after turn 16, we've got another DRS zone there. Another chance for Jay. He's still 7/10 back on Knack though, according to this. So again, I don't think it's quite the space to be able to make anything work for him. But as long as he can follow in nice and tight through 1 and 2, keep with Knack for the rest of the lap. He's massively closed in now from that second DRS range. Very close, almost looking to try the inside. Knack back end almost getting away from him a little bit there, trying to get on the power too quick there to defend from Jay. Jay trying to push Knack as hard as he can right now. Follow close behind, keep pushing them, wait for them to make the mistake, and then jump through and take the position. Right now, Gargamelin's made his way up past Domestos right now. Gargamelin's into 4th on that medium tyre. He fancies himself chasing down the leaders right now on a harder compound tyre. This could be a great run for Gargamelin around here. He's been on here before. China has season 2. Gargamelin was 3rd here around China. Cars starting to separate out a bit now. Jace Jessica got a DRS. Knack pushing as hard as he can to keep him out of that DRS range. Both of these cars absolutely pushing their ERS to the limits there. Gargamelin looking very safe with it. He's going to be wanting those two to battle up front as much as they possibly can, because then that's going to allow him to gain back in time. Reaper's already pulled the call on the pit stop. Putting on a set of mediums there. I think he was on a 1-stop there. I think it's before. I think he's quickly changed the mediums before he goes in. So I think Reaper's going to go. That's going to definitely be a 2-stop strategy then. Putting on the medium now. 6 laps on softs. He's not going to be taking 22 laps out of a set of medium tyres. Gargamelin is slowly closing that gap down. It's down to 2.1 seconds between them now. I'm pretty sure it was 2.5, 2.6. A minute ago when I looked at it, and with these guys being very low on the ERS right now, that's a big chance for Gargamelin to push up. Whereabouts has Reaper dropped down to? Reaper right down to the 10th right now from pitting on lap 6. Obviously felt he was losing a bit of time to Knack. Didn't want someone getting into the DRS range. Took that earlier pit stop. I think maybe his tyres were a bit more worn out from Quali J. I think just about. They're just hanging on to that DRS from Knack. Great drive here. But now starting to spread out a little bit. Xz going to be getting some DRS from Togo. It's not going to be close enough to make anything happen though. Rowan gets some DRS from Jasper right now. He might be able to sneak up there. Oh, it's going to be a bit late, I think, for that. He's going to get it again though as we come through there. He gets nice and tight on the inside of Jasper. A little bit too tight to get the power down hard though. Jasper back in front now. Going to get the DRS again, coming into 16. Jasper's in the pit right now rather than let someone take the DRS from him like that. Let's decide it's time to change those tyres. Everyone coming in pitting right now around lap 6. Reaper obviously taking that slightly earlier stop there from Knack. Knack's gone for the hard tyre right now. Reaper's on the medium, so they're going to be on different strategies. Jay's put on the hard tyre as well. Quite a few drivers here opting for that 1-stop. Domestos, Lola and Jasper then have all gone trying to go for that 1-stop onto the hard tyre. Reaper right now though, that's worked out very well for him. As they've pitted, they've come out back behind him right now. He's got 4 seconds to anyone behind him, so he's not going to be giving any DRS to anyone, and he's going to have a relatively clear track in front of him right now for a bit to just start putting down real good pace on these medium tyres. This is what he needs right now if he wants to come through and then win this. Just extend out that lead on that softer compound now as much as he can, so when he has to come back in and pit later at the end of the race, he doesn't drop down too far in the standings, and he's got a nice fresh set of soft tyres to attack everyone on their old worn out hards. I mean, we saw Reaper going fast on the mediums. I'm quite surprised that everyone else went on to the hard tyre, knowing that Reaper's going to be then two-stopping it onto the soft, and they're going to be under attack at the end of the race with Reaper on brand new fresh soft. So I'm quite surprised by that call by Knack and Jay, to be honest, right now. We'll see, Gargamelin obviously started on that medium tyre, so see what he can do right now. He's going to be hoping the likes of Tygo, Xz and Rowan all hold up Reaper a bit there as he's trying to make his way back up through the pack. Gargamelin's to be hoping for that. He leads the race right now, so he can try and extend out some sort of lead before he has to do his couple of stops at the end and put on some softs. He's going to have fresh softs. There might be, I think, probably get about 8 laps out of him. It's going to be around, but he's not going to get 20 laps out of this set of mediums. It's going to be around lap. So for mediums around about 14 laps. 7 laps on the softs then, maybe. I think that's what he'll be looking at. Reaper right now as caught up to Rowan, and I think I just saw someone's wing go flying. Then that's an end plate off of Reaper. It's had the back of Rowan there. That's going to be upsetting for him. Got the DRS. And Rowan's on a wall. There is a virtual safety car. I'm not sure what happened there. Anyway, his next target is Xz. Hopefully the other McLaren won't be going into the wall afterwards. Got between Knack and Reaper right now, 6 seconds between Knack and Reaper right now. Jay still holding on to Knack there, still within DRS range. Still pushing Knack, conserving that ERS right now though. He knows Gargamelin is DNF right now as well. Where is that to? The guys are just coming through here, I can't see. Where is he? It's gone. Where's the Red Bull Domestos? Where is Gargamelin? How is he? I'm unsure how Gargamelin's gone off that side there of the track. That's a very weird place for Gargamelin to DNF there right now. All lap 9 and it's all going crazy right now. We've lost Rowan, we've lost Gargamelin. That's 2 drivers out right now. So we're going to get back up here. FCST starting to close back in on the other 2 of Jay and Knack here. It's obviously on that softer compound tyre, just out of DRS range at the minute. Don't know if he's going to be just out, I think, for the next bit as well. He's not going to get it again. Either or. Let's see, where's the time? Where's the line for that one? I can't remember if they're both. Is that one? Yeah, no, that's the line right there. He was outside of time. No DRS for him. Jay's going to get on for Knack, though, to keep pushing on. Right, closing that time down now to Reaper now though, down to 4.5 seconds right now. Reaper's going to be suffering a little bit from that damaged end plate on his wing. Yeah, so right now we've got Tiger leading the race now after Gargamelin's retirement. I'm still confused how Gargamelin was on the right hand side from there after coming out the hairpin before going into turn 7. That's almost as if he turned the opposite way, turned right rather than left. I don't know. I don't know how he went into that part of the wall. Yeah, we'll get back to here. We'll get back to this battle here. These guys on the hards. Massively closing in on Reaper right now. That wing is definitely affecting him. Time is dropping. Reaper though is closing in on Xz at the same time here as well. Knack and Jay tossing for position there. That's going to be helping FCST out. That's what he's waiting for, so he can get back into the DRS of those guys. See, Reaper kind of holding it about 4 seconds off from Knack right now with that slightly damaged wing of his, so not going to be helping him in some corners, but doesn't want to be losing too much time, more time, especially since he's on the softer compound than these guys. He needs to be extending out that lead, otherwise it could all be to play for Knack and Jay. Coon right down in 11th right now, which is a little bit of a surprise to me right now. What is that car doing? Doesn't look. It's a little bit glitchy around there on the track. Not sure if he's maybe having some slight problems here. It's not looking very stable. Go back up towards the front of the grid where we're not glitching around so much. FCST definitely caught up with these other two now. FCST also taking that same strategy as Reaper, but on the medium tyres. They're going to be putting on the softs again at the end of the race. I'll probably be taking these mediums up to around lap 20, 21. So that'll be about another 8 laps or so to do in them, which will be about right. That'll be about 14 laps on the medium tyres, 15 laps before they switch back over to the soft tyre for the latter part of the race. But we're still catching Reaper down to 3.2 seconds now. I don't know if Reaper's gonna maybe. So you've got another set of mediums he can jump on in a second. Also gonna have to go to. If he takes a couple more laps right now, he can maybe dump on a set of mediums right now, get that wing change, then come back out on track fighting, still have a softer compound against the guys on the hards, and take those mediums to the end of the race, because I think if he holds it off too much longer, that damaged wing's going to be just costing him time right now. We can see Knack, he was pulling away so strongly at the start of this session, and now, like we say, Knack and Jay on the harder compound there, and they cashed him up right now, which technically they shouldn't be doing. So that's why I'm putting it down. And that missing end plate on the end of Reaper's wing is causing this time loss. There's Xz going into the pits. He said 11 laps on those mediums are enough. What we've got left there to go? Lap 13. 15 laps left to go, and he's taking the mediums off. What's he putting on? He's putting on a set of hards now. Interesting. Is he going to come out to be out there in 7th? That's not too bad. Have a slightly softer compound than the other guys around. Slightly fresher tire than the other guys around him, I mean. Not so bad there. Both in. Tiger's in as well. Also gone for the hard tire. I'm sure if the guys starting the mediums, we're going to go double softs at the end. Apparently not. So that's down to what Reaper does right now. Like I say, losing time right now. 1.4 seconds back to Knack. Now just needs fear. Knack may be able to sneak his way back in front of his teammate here right now. There was Lang still, yet he's not in the race. That is his AI. Knack and Jay might catch Reaper here. Obviously doesn't want to be on that harder tyre. But this rate with pit lane time loss and wing change time loss, Reaper's going to be a good way back in the pack and have to mount a big old charge over those last 14 laps. We're going to be looking at wing change time, pit lane time. That's a good 26, 28 seconds of time or so that's going to be lost in that pit lane. As China as well. Almost up to about 30 seconds of time, I think, in that pit lane time. Between 25 to 30 with that wing change. It's going to be hard then to catch up that amount of time on those tyres at the end. He's going to have to be running a couple of seconds a lap quicker to pull back in that sort of time loss. That's fine on. I'm going to get onto the back of Reaper's car right now and watch Knack slowly start creeping on him. Nice. Gonna have the DRS now as we come out of 13. Clipping the curb a little bit there, looking a little bit unstable. That's costing him a tenth or two coming into the DRS zone. I mean, he's not going to make it up this lap then. He's going to have to wait to the next one after that. Pushing a little bit hard there, coming out of the corner, I think. He's finally managed to shake off Jay back there, 1.7 seconds behind these guys. Reaper taking that corner very tight. Knack again looking slightly unstable. He's not getting that same sort of grip, as we said, on that harder compound tyre. So though he's in that DRS range right now, he's getting very eager at getting down on the power, and his tyres just aren't giving him that same sort of traction out of the corners. This is where we see Knack pull on Reaper, though. Reaper having difficulties turning in right now with that broken end plate, and now Knack is absolutely in range, ready to pounce on his teammate. I mean, the more Reaper potentially holds up Knack in this situation, though, I know the two want to beat each other in it, though. That gives time for Jay and FCST to catch back up as well. If they get back in range of Knack and the DRS, that could be a whole heap of trouble for the Mercedes team. Sure what Reaper's plan is here with that broken wing right now. I'd say pit right now, chuck on another set of mediums to go to the end of the race. A lot of the field there is in hard tyres. The hard tyres are going to be starting to massively lose grip by the end of the race, and it'll be on a softer compound. That'll be my call right now, and get that wing changed and just work your way back up through the pack. Might be able to get back into third place. Probably won't get much higher than that though. He's going to take another lap around here. Reaper is going to be taking another lap around here. What's the most we can get out of a set of softs? The most amount of laps we can take out of a set of softs around this track. The guy's on 6 out laps, in laps, and coil laps on it. You can't really do 8, maybe 9. A fresh set of softs around here. Reaper's going to be trying to hold off for the softs. I think if he's going to have to pit again, I think he's holding off for those softs. He wants to then make sure any time he's losing, he's going to have maximum grip coming back on to the track with. But it's also that time loss to the rest of the field. It's that aggregate time loss going down through the standings as well. And by staying out that bit longer, you can end up a couple of positions further back. Then have difficulty getting past people, and then that charge at the end is all over. Only 2 drivers picking up penalties right now, which is Xz and Jasper. Knack almost looking like he's having to lift a bit there, coming into the corners on Reaper, trying to get on the inside of him, going through 12 and 13 side by side there. Great aerial view of those two, but let's remember right now, Jay's getting DRS to help himself catch back up. These two fighting, squabbling over position, and it's doing everything in Jay's favour right now. Jay going to get DRS again. The Mercedes guys, will to will, they're coming through these corners. Reaper trying to get on the power. Reaper into the pits right now. He's called that enough. Let's manage to let Jay get back into DRS zone of Knack. Knack massively low on ERS. Both of these drivers low on ERS. They haven't got that to be able to pit in with. Reaper's coming in and pitting in. He is going for another set of medium tyres right now. That's what I saw in the pit, and he's getting his wing changed. FCST, what's he putting on for the end here? Is he getting another set of mediums? That look like yellow wheels as well. Both those drivers double mediums on it there. So we'll get back up to the front here right now. So 11 laps left to go for the race. The guys doing the double stop have done their double stop right now. FCST and Reaper down in 8th and 9th right now. Knack's leading the race. Jason second. Domestos right now is 11 seconds behind the lead too, but he's in P3 right now. Domestos won this race in Season 1, and he also came home in P3 in Season 3. Reaper took the win in Season 2 and Season 3, and Knack has never had a podium around this track. So He's only ever set the fastest time once, and that was in season 3, and he never got to start on pole because of the grid penalty. So if Knack gets a podium round here, this will be his first one in China. Best has been on a podium here before, but we don't have him in this race today. Gargamelin's out of this race. Kuhn on the podium in season 1, he came 3rd. Currently running in 10th. Not having a great race, doesn't look like his connection is holding up too well either. Before back on, still watching these front two. Jay holding on to Knack there, getting very close. Two drivers both on the same tyre. Both have got the same amount of wear on it. Very even battle with these, and FJ's trying to conserve or hold anything back until the end of the race and just follow on and stay behind, or whether when we try and come into the DRS zone, he's going to try and make a move on these laps. He's certainly starting to get close enough to be able to make a move in the DRS zone. Wondering if the battling between Knack and Reaper maybe put a bit more damage and wear onto Knack's tyres than he would have liked. And that could leave things a bit more open for Jay to be able to push. FCST makes him at one position there. He's up into 7th now. Made his way past Jasper. Still got a long way to go though. He wants to get some more points. I mean, right now though for FCST, I think his main thing is just beating Reaper. As long as FCST beats Reaper, he'll be happy with that. Knack running a little bit wide there on the hairpin. Jay getting tight on the inside of him. Knack just about retaining the lead though. Jay almost trying to get to the inside of him there before at 16. Jay's going to get DRS again coming through the start line now. As Knack is falling very close by Knack. He doesn't try and send it up the inside of turn 1 and 2. Very, very close behind again. Reaper now making his way up in front of Jasper. In front of Xz. FCST is up in front of Lola right now. Let's keep an eye on these two on a softer compound. Like we said, starting to mount their charge. Tyres are back up to temperature right now. They've got softer compounds and they've got the 9 laps left to go right now. That's what we've got. Almost looked to the inside, then there would have been a little bit back for a dive in there on that hairpin. I think what's FCST got? He got 8 seconds right now between him and Tygo, and another 2, 8, 9, 10. FCST got about 11 seconds in between him and a podium right now. Let's see if he can continue that podium streak he's got of 6 so far in this season. Reaper very close behind Lolo. I think we will see him. Should be able to take that position through the DRS. Gets a much better run out of 12 and 13. Almost level with Lolo before he even gets the DRS. There he goes through comfortably. He's got that fresh wing right now. He's going to be racing hard as he can. He needs to beat FCST if he wants to start trying to claw back some of that point difference in the championship. This guy's got a bit of distance in front of him right now. Get back on with our 2 leaders up here right now, Jay and Knack. Once again, today's race brought to you by Thatcher's Haze Cloudy Somerset Cider. It's not brought to you, we have no sponsorship, it's just what I'm drinking, there's many other ciders. And the DRS gap opening out a lot between a lot of drivers right now. Reaper's still a little bit off, a couple of tenths off getting the DRS there from FCST, who is chasing down Quite like this rear camera right now. There's not a lot going on like that. Where's my rear camera gone? Yeah, no one else is in DRS range, and we can just sit. We can watch Jay from the rear of Nack's car and see how much pressure he can try and put on. 7 laps left to do so right now. 8 laps. 8 laps. Doing finger mounts there really quickly. There we go. Reaper is starting to catch up on FCST right now. Down to 5/10 there. FCST not having a good run through turn 1 and 2 there. Reaper massively gaining on him with the help of that DRS section there as well. Smoothie picking up penalties down there. Some of these Xz and Jasper putting on some fresh tyres there at the end. I think as he fancy going for fastest lap at the end there. This match he's going to put on some softs. Try and get himself back into 10th with the fastest lap. He is going for those soft tyres. He's going to set himself a fastest lap and make his way back in front of Smithy right now as well. Reaper getting a much better run out of 9-10 there than FCST. We'll see, what's the sort of screen is that? Can't come up through 12 and 13 now. Reaper better make his way past in the DRS right now. FCST is going to get on that ERS and push and try and hold him off. Reaper almost in front before we even get to the line there for the DRS. And now he's just got the DRS to just power himself away from FCST. If you can get on that gas as soon as possible out of 13 there, like I said, you can get so much additional speed along that straight. It's such an important corner on this track, and it all relies on how stable that car is. Reaper there, fastest there in that last sector. Who has, let's have a look, 22 laps left to go. Coon's also going to be trying to beat on a fastest lap right now. Who does have the fastest lap? Okay, cool. According to my telemetry, the fastest lap's owned by Coon with a 57.884. That's, I don't know how you've achieved a sub-minute lap on China. That is a colossal feat. I mean, the fastest race up ever around this track is Helper Schumacher back in 2004, which is a 1:32.238. And you just 57 seconds, nothing, no problems, just a breeze, just, you know, all on a day of PlayStation. I don't think that's correct somehow, but yeah, I wouldn't worry about too much about pushing too hard, Coon, because you apparently got fastest lap of 57 seconds. Good yourself back into 10th and get that point for your sub-minute lap. Right, back on to the interval. FCST starting to lose pace off of Reaper there by the looks of it. Reaper making a bit of distance from him. Again, they've got... Can you not show me some interval times, please, game, so I can work out where these drivers are and how much he needs to gain to get onto the podium, please? I'll just follow with Jay and Nack because I know they're close together. I don't think Reaper's going to be able to push it up and catch Tygo and Domestos around here. We've got about 6 laps left to go. Maybe he might. It's going to be a big old push, but he might be able to achieve that. 4 laps off Tygo. He should better get back into 4th, I think. His medium should hold out. It's like a much stabler now with another wing. I get some better interval time still. Game, please. Just... Domestos time so I can figure out how far back Reaper is. I need it from the other. There we go. Ooh. It was only 5 or so seconds off of them. He needs to be running a second or so lap quicker and get past. He maybe could do that. And maybe sneak himself back onto a podium. And maybe running 1.1 seconds quicker, and then he needs to get past him pretty cleanly as well. But it could be possible. It's 4.5 laps left to go now, and we've got about 4.8 seconds between Reaper and Domestos right now. So that's a good. It's 1.2, 1.3 seconds a lap quicker to allow for a couple extra tenths of passing time. 1.4 seconds quicker. It's a tall order, but if anyone's going to do it or get closer to it, it will be this Mercedes driver right now. Back on Jay and Knack there. Still Jay just clinging on close behind. Knack can't shake him off. It doesn't look like Jay's got the power to get past him either. So these two drivers are kind of stuck in a little bit of a deadlock up here in this 1-2. Tygo gaining on Domestos right now. Domestos on pretty old hard tyres. Obviously Tygo started on the medium and put on that other hard at the end, so he's got 6 laps fresher on these hard tyres and on tyres that aren't really offering you much grip around this track. Every lap difference counts with these. He's getting a Domestos. This is only going to work in Reaper's favour as well. He's coming up quicker on that softer compound as well. Domestos and Tygo start squabbling, fighting for positions, defending and stuff from each other. That's going to slow them down slightly. That's going to allow Reaper to gain more time up on them on that medium tyre. He's 2.3 seconds behind Tygo. 6. He's down to 3 seconds off of 3rd place right now. We've got 3.5 laps left to go. He's running the pace that he needs to be doing, but it also involves passing the cars as well. We'll see what will happen. Domestos is going to be wanting to make that Red Bull as big as he possibly can over a very, very wide track, which isn't easy to do across this back section here when you've got someone with DRS behind you. All you can kind of do is pull to the inside there, try and protect the inside, pray they don't outbrake you on the outside so you can come through fast. Get back on the gas. You can't really go side by side between 16s. You've kind of got the right to that corner there. Anyone would be crazy to try and get on the inside of that corner with knowing how hard you're going to turn in. So he's got the ERS to defend with right now though, Domestos, and Tygo doesn't, so he's got a big advantage there with that ERS. He's been carefully managing that. He knows he's on his old tyres. He knows he's going to come under fire at the end of the race, and this is when you start using it now, when you get onto a straight section here, to put enough distance between you and the car behind. Obviously Tygo's got Reaper right on him as well. Reaper catching up to these two. Big old breakaway there from FCST. FCST not getting the grip he needs from these medium tyres. Such a shame to see. I kind of thought this might be the case. I don't think it's one of his stronger tracks around here after looking over the previous standings from last season's race and such. Got a few laps left to go. It's time for me to open another can. Reaper now very close on these two. Domestos very much under fire from two drivers right now. They're both going to have a DRS. They're both going to be looking at getting him right now. If they don't do it on this corner, Reaper's going to be looking for it in the next DRS zone. Goes nice and wide to turn in, nice and tight there. Doesn't quite manage to get the power down on the inside though. Tygo and Domestos side by side through 16, just as I said, not something you want to be able to do through there. Reaper now with the DRS through this Tiger, I don't think he realised he was there. Domestos didn't have any DRS there. He was burning up that ERS to defend his position. Tiger's now got Reaper on the inside of him of turns 2 right now. They're going to come into 3. Reaper's past Tiger. And he's going to try and look to get on the inside. Domestos through 4. Doesn't able to do with that. But he's going to dart to the inside and try and take him on 5. Domestos looked like he was trying to protect the inside there. He's not going to want to give up this P3 very easy. There's a couple laps left to go. You're going to be on those hard worn out hards though. It's going to be tight. Coming into the next DRS section, it's going to be so hard for him to try and defend from Reaper through there. Reaper biding his time right now and get a good exit here out of 10. Set us up well coming in for 12 and 13. Reaper constantly looking. Now is his best opportunity now on the gas. We should be able to see him get up next to the Red Bull. Red Bull going so wide. Reaper giving him the inside there. Reaper on that softer top compound, getting so much more grip out of that corner right now. As we see the back of the car, Domestos pushing right now to try and keep these two off him. He doesn't want to give up this position at all. Reaper just squeezing on the inside of him there. Through 14 and 15. He's tight to the inside, he doesn't get the power down. Domestos just about retaining that P3. Let's go, Red Bull. Let's go. What a drive. Great defending here from Domestos. He's been saving all that ERS up this last bit of the race. Very last lap, and the battle is on for P3 right now. 3 cars battling it out for that podium position. Let's go, Red Bull. Let's go. Reaper, Domestos keeping him to the outside there. They're going to be fighting all the way. Reaper sending it up the outside there of turn 6. Just about squeezed in front of Domestos on the turn 6 on the last lap of the race there. Domestos defended the absolutely best he could on those aging hard tyres there. What a run. Now you see Reaper, those soft tyres, giving him all that more grip and extra traction, pulling away. No penalties from these drivers at the front here. No penalties to change the order around at the end of the race. Reaper comfortably getting out of DRS range there from Domestos before we come into the last sector, making sure Domestos is getting DRS, that he did get to the line first, but he's not going to be close enough on this to make anything happen. We'll switch to our leader. There's Knack across the line. Jay in second there right now as we watch Reaper come around. Coming into turn 16. Tygo's still there attacking Domestos. Reaper's coming home in P3. Domestos gets P4. Tygo Gizmo in P5. There's our penalties right there. We've got FCST is P6. Lolo will be in P7 there. Xz will retain P8, Jasper will retain P9, Smithy will retain P10. Got a better lap than Coons. 57 seconds, it's still there, it still holds. I should imagine Coon probably did take the fastest lap normally at the end of the race there, with being on some soft tyres. Those in 10th anyway, so he's not going to get. He's in 11th, so he's not going to get the point for it, unfortunately. Oh, did he switch places with Smithy with penalties at the end there? I don't know, but he broke his tyre. He's in 11th. Obviously not happy with that at the end. Driver Day says Tiger. My drive of the day there possibly has to go to Domestos. That was great defending at the end there on those old ass hard tyres. To Mercedes and Williams on the podium together. I don't think we're going to ever see that for a long time. So cherish that moment. As we wait for the game to finish loading up the standings there. Quick rundown back through those. What an exciting race at the end there. That was great between Domestos, Tango and Reaper. I enjoyed it a lot. So there we have, there's our podium today. Knack, J707J and Reaper taking those podium positions. Domestos unlucky, narrowly missing out there, but that's my drive of the day for today. Tiger in 5th, FCST in 6th, Lola in 7th, Xz in 8th, Jasper in 9th, Smithy in 10th, Coon in 11th, Lang's AI in 12th, Gargamelin 13th, and Rowan 14th. That is the end of the Chinese Grand Prix here. Reaper gaining back some points though then on FCST. What's he getting? He's getting 15, 12, 10, 8. Reaper getting double the points to what FCST's got right there. Getting about 8 more points than him. Still not going to be enough. FCST is still going to be leading the championship after this race, but that does close down the gap a little bit for Reaper. It's going to be about an 8 or 9 point gap. I can't think I'll do maths right now. That's the end of this race. We'll be back on Monday for Hungary. Back at the normal time of, what's that, 6 p.m. GMT? +1 for CET, Central European. Anyway, I'm drinking. Goodbye.